maybe the most interesting thing that happened today in our wide world of news is the president on Truth Social. Uh, where's that? Where's that number? Where's the president's Truth? Number 15. The president went on Truth Social about 1 o'clock. And he said, and if you watch any of my programs, you know I've been predicting for days, maybe weeks, that after the runoff or after the first round in Texas, that he'd endorse Cornyn for the runoff. I've been predicting that based on reporting. And the president went on Truth Social. You can see it here for those of you watching on YouTube or here on the platform. And he said, I'm going to endorse, and the person who I don't endorse should get out of the race. And this is like a prisoner's dilemma type thing. So who's he going to endorse? Is he going to endorse Paxson, his longtime ally, or Cornyn, who he doesn't particularly care for historically? And Cornyn's done some things that Trump hasn't liked. But the person that every Republican in the establishment, including John Thune, wants him to endorse. Now, he hasn't said what he's doing yet, although John Thune just said something that makes me think he could endorse during this program. So we'll keep an eye out for that. But he didn't say. And then at 1 o'clock, Politico ran a story that said Trump's probably going to endorse Cornyn. Look what happened in Polymarket. Throw up the Polymarket from our partners at Polymarket. They had a Polymarket said who's going to win the primary, who's going to be the Republican nominee, number 17. And here you see the darker line. Start on the left if you're watching on video. If you're listening on the podcast, I'm going to narrate for you. So you got two lines. You got a Cornyn line and you got a Ken Paxton line. There's two other candidates in the race. I don't know why those candidates are there. Where's the guy who got 20%? This is confusing. Anyway, who's going to be the primary winner? John Cornyn. Paxton, last night after the polls closed, Paxton was at like 70% that he was going to be the nominee. Okay. And Cornyn was really far down, like 25%. And then the lines got closer, and Paxton was still ahead. At 1 o'clock, at noon, it was 50 Paxton and almost 48 Cornyn. And then when the Politico story came out that said Trump was going to endorse Cornyn, Cornyn's now at 90% chance of being the nominee. Just for one Politico story. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the bettors on Polymarket, maybe they've got good sources with Chris LaCivita and other Trump folks. But anyway, we're going to talk about that with our guests. I just find the whole thing fascinating. And if Trump does endorse Cornyn, he said Paxton should get out of the race. I wonder if Paxton will. Historically, of course, if Trump endorses, that's that. And that person will be the nominee. And the White House touts that all the time. So interesting, just for the personalities and the politics of that. Thank you for being part of the two-way experience on this historic day. And when we speak about history, first thing that comes to mind is the Cozy Earth bubble cuddle blanket. Why do I say that? Thomas Jefferson had a bubble cuddle blanket. FDR had one too. And now you can join a long line of presidential greats by buying your own bubble cuddle blanket. Go to CozyEarth.com. Use the promo code two-way for 20% off everything on the site, including the historic bubble cuddle blanket. It's called the blanket of presidents. I don't know if you know that. You can also get the Baja bedding set, the Lux bath towel set, and then the pants. The pants are spectacular. They'll change your life. I wore the pants to my doctor's appointment today, and my doctor couldn't stop talking about them. At one point, I have to say, "Doc, get back to the examination. Enough with the pants." Yes, they're wonderful. He asked me where I got them. I said, CozyEarth.com. And then, even though he's not technically a member of the two-way community, I gave him the promo code. I'm going to write to the New York Times ethicist and see if that was okay. Anyway, CozyEarth.com, promo code two-way, 20% off everything on the site. Hey, want to be part of the two-way community all the time? Hit the subscribe button. Great video clips like this, plus conversations like no other, full episodes and more, always available on this channel. You got to hit subscribe to never miss a thing. You can now listen to full episodes of The Morning Meeting and Two-Way Tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.